Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what the Abyssal Requiem lance is capable of and some tips to help you figure out how to use it and possibly master it. But before I do, if you like Rampant, consider subscribing because it's all I've been playing recently and I'll be uploading more soon, so stay tuned for that. And anyways, let's get right into it. So Rampant is a free-for-all melee combat game, if anybody's wondering, and it's got some insane weaponry, and anyone who's played it knows there are some weapons that are just blatantly overpowered. Phantom Haze. But today we're talking about one weapon that's kind of underrated in my opinion because of its high level unlock and significant drawbacks when using it. In order to visualize the capabilities of this lance, I'd like you to think of a fly. Now think of that fly pestering you and bothering you, and then flying away quickly. Now give it a force field. That's what we're dealing with here. Don't worry, I'll explain later. So the Abyssal Lance's stats are as follows. You have 115 health, 20 damage, which is pretty decent. It can execute players, aka do a finisher move on them at 40 HP or below. It has an attack speed of 0.6, which is pretty quick, movement speed of 16, which is standard, and a dash cooldown of 2. And also, the passive Tidal Assault allows for 50% more damage during the first 3 seconds of combat. This combined with its low HP means that the Abyssal Requiem Lance is best suited for fights that are ended quickly with sporadic bursts of damage and then you back off to re-engage the fight later. Now onto the abilities. First off, we have Abyssal Strike, which is a small projectile that you can fire at targets which will reduce their speed by 60% if it lands, but this ability can be recasted early to do a fast strike right in front of you. This ability helps keep enemies off of you like axes, but you probably don't want to be opening combat with this because again, your passive makes you do 50% more damage during the first 3 seconds of combat, and by the time you reach the person after hitting them with a projectile, your window for more damage might already have been closed. Now the second ability, Requiem, makes you perform a quick flip attack chained into a second more powerful slam attack that stuns enemies. This attack paired with the next one will be where most of your damage dealing comes from. And with that, the third ability, Abyssal Overture, is a powerful attack that has you perform a quick jump and smash that deals 100% more damage if the enemy is stunned. So this means that you're going to always either use this move immediately after parrying or after a successful landing of your second ability. This combination will usually crush squishier targets such as daggers or gauntlets, but for targets with more HP, you probably want to focus on staying alive and repeating another successful combo later. So you're probably wondering, Frenzy, how on earth do I stay alive when I have 115 HP? And to that I say, let's take a look at the fourth ability. The fourth ability is called Sanctuary, and using it activates a force field that both makes you invincible and possibly even more importantly, takes you out of combat. Meaning that whenever you decide to re-enter a fight after using this ability, you will have another 3 seconds of bonus damage thanks to your passive. This ability really helps to make the Abyssal Lance a wee bit more survivable, and it really pisses off users of weapons that have debuffs, because the second a Vampiric Axe user uses this, you know I'm going invincible to counter it. So now I'll explain how to use all these moves in combination to dunk on your opponents, and make them wonder, what the heck was that weapon he's using? Because hardly anyone uses this thing anyways. So mostly you're going to want to open fights with your second ability. It helps to land both the initial attack and the stun attack, but you want to focus on landing the stun attack to immediately follow up with your slam. The slam itself can also kind of elevate you out of combat for a really short amount of time, so if you time it right, sometimes you'll also escape attacks as well. And I almost forgot to include this in this combo, but once you're done with your 2 move, which will stun the enemy, and then your 3 move, which will slam them, you can dash away and either aim your cursor at your target and fire the projectile, or double tap 1 to do a melee strike if they're really up on you. Anyways, after this, you've likely either squashed your opponent like the little serpent tier using goofball they are, or they're still alive. Now it's time to decide whether or not you need to use invincibility to escape death to initiate another quick burst of damage to finish them off. Now at any time throughout this process, if you land a successful parry, you can just straight up use your third ability right away, and then use your second ability afterwards for yet another stun. Sadly, because of you needing to escape combat just to come back all the time, it makes it easy for your kills to get stolen. Anyways, if you guys haven't figured out the pattern yet, you really just need to be doing a lot of damage, and then getting the heck out of there, and then getting back in there and doing a lot more damage until your target's dead. And if that doesn't really sound fun to you, that's understandable, but I think you should give it a try when you unlock it. I believe it's 165 that you unlock this weapon at. So yeah, consider giving it a try, and then also consider liking and subscribing if you like Rampant content. Again, I will be making some more, so be tuned in for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.